Hello and welcome back to another lockdown video, and once again we're off to do some more shopping. Once again it's my time to go out and get my weekly shop. I thought we'd stick the camera in a different place today and so we get a different perspective of where we're going. Now a couple of days ago the government eased the lockdown situation that we're in very slightly. Now we were allowed to go out just once a day before, whether it was for exercise or to go to the shop or take the dog for a walk. But now we're allowed to go out as many times as we like, which is good. Means we can take the dog out twice a day instead of once, so the old dog's pleased about that. The government have also said that garden centres can now open up again, and there's a garden centre just up the road here, about a mile away, which opened a couple of days ago. But they have a bookstore inside and a clothes shop and another shop selling shoes, but they're not allowed to open all these little shops inside the place. It's just the garden centre itself is allowed to open, because the government aren't allowing non-essential shops to open yet. Not until about June time. So we've got 2 or 3 more weeks before non-essential shops are allowed to open. But of course we've got supermarkets and chemists are open at the moment, so we can do our shopping and get medication. The government have also said that you can now go to the beach or go and visit a national park, take some exercise. You can actually do sunbathing now, which you weren't allowed to before. Before we could walk through a park, but we weren't allowed to stop. But now we're allowed to stop and take in the atmosphere and the views and all that sort of thing. So yes, the lockdown restrictions have been eased slightly. They also say that in June they're going to try and get the schools back, but only primary school, and only the reception years 1 and year 6 will be going back. So they want to cut down the classroom sizes from 30 to about 15, and so they need all the extra classes from the other years to just put the other children in. So if you've got children in years 2, 3, 4 and 5, they will remain on lockdown for the time being. But of course all these things they're putting into place is only just to see if the death rate will stay coming down. If the death rate goes back up again, then we shall go back to how it was, with only being allowed out once, and the schools won't be going back, and all the shops will carry on being closed. Now the sad fact is that still thousands and thousands of people are dying. I think we're getting something like around 450 people a day still dying here in the United Kingdom, which is awful. I mean, that's still around 3,000 people a week are dying here. But not as bad as some places, not as bad as America. I think at the moment they're one of the worst countries now for deaths, but they are a huge country. We're only a small island here. But this coronavirus is certainly seeing off a lot of people, especially old people, pensioners and that are sadly passing away from this deadly virus. So, you know, the name of the game at the minute is survival. That's what we've all got to try and do. So I'm off into this shop, do my weekly shopping. So in case my battery runs out, and I don't have time to tell everybody this in YouTube land, please stay safe and stay inside if you can. Now that slogan, that was a slogan that the government brought out a couple of months ago when we first went into lockdown, but they've now changed that. It's now stay alert. That's what the slogan is now, stay alert. I prefer stay safe and stay inside, but I'm guessing as we're allowed out more, you know, this stay alert, keep your eyes open for people that are coughing and sneezing, and then you can run the other way. But I prefer stay safe and stay inside. So right, I'm off to do my weekly shop, and then we're going to go to another store, we are. But anyway, time to get out. And of course there's a long queue here as well, so I'll take a short clip of that while I'm standing there. So right, let's go. Right then, that's it. I've got my weekly shop again. So we're all set up for another week. Probably just have to come out and get a bottle of milk sort of halfway through the week. Bottle of milk and a loaf of bread, but that's it. Right, now what we're going to do now is we're going to make our way to another supermarket where I've ordered a hard drive. Now I need a new hard drive for my computer, but none of the electrical shops are open. And I've tried ordering it online, but it's going to take a week to get. But there's a Sainsburys just up the road, and inside the Sainsburys they've got this an Argos store. You can do a click and collect, so I've ordered a new hard drive from there. If I can now pick it up today. I ordered it last night and pick it up today, so that's all right. It saves waiting a week for it. So anyway, we'll make our way round to Sainsburys, and there's bound to be a queue there as well. That's the only thing, you've got to queue up all the time now for whatever you want. Everywhere's a queue. It appears to be the norm, this. You've got to queue now 2 metres apart. At least we're getting into the summer months here. And so it's not all that bad if you want to queue. It'd be a lot worse if it was in the winter and it was snowing. And it's freezing cold, but we're lucky it's in the summer months. Of course, we've got no idea how long this virus is going to last. It may last another 6 more months yet. We may actually get into the winter months, where it won't be much fun queuing then in the freezing cold. And that's one thing that so I have to slow down. We've got an ambulance coming up this way. Yes, if they do open up some of the non-essential shops next month, they will also have to continue this 2 metre distancing, this social distancing that everyone's doing. So that'll be an interesting video if that happens. There will be huge queues outside all of the shops in Lincoln. So if that happens, we shall make our way down there and film some of that. So yeah, I meant to say that when I went into the supermarket to do my weekly shop, still no hand sanitizers and still no face masks. You know, you can't get them anywhere. They're all going to the hospitals and to the doctors, because they're the ones who really need them. I think there's something like 10,000 people now in hospital, which is half from what it was about a month ago. About 6 weeks ago, there was about 20,000 in hospital, all suffering from this deadly virus. It's dropped to about 10,000 now. But still, we're getting hundreds of deaths. Like I say, it's horrendous, this. It really is strange times that we're living in. Right, so that's it. Right, so here we are at this huge Sainsburys supermarket we got here. Like I said, there's an Argos click and collect here, so I can nip in and get my hard drive. I say nip in, but there's a huge queue here as well, like I thought there would be. But never mind, it's just one of those things that we've got to do these days, is join the queue. So thank you anyway for stopping by and viewing this video, and we shall see you all in the next video. So don't forget, please, everybody, stay safe and stay inside if you can, or as they say now, of course, stay alert. So anyway, right, here we go.